What is going on, guys? T Tizzly here, bringing you another YouTube video. In today's video, I am bringing you the ultimate guide to the tomb here in Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Zombies. This is the brand new map that Treyarch just brought us here in Season 2 of Call of Duty Black Ops 6. And this guide is going to go over a complete walkthrough of the map, which is going to show you guys how to get every single perk, how to access Pack-a-Punch, and then how to get the Wonder Weapon along with upgrade the Wonder Weapon, which is going to be the Ice Staff. So with that, let's go ahead and hop right into the video. So starting here in the spawn room, the first thing you guys are going to see is going to be a gobblegum machine, which is obviously going to give you a gobblegum to help you out in the game. You're going to see some of these purple crystals, which if you do shoot those, you will get free material. You're also going to see a rampage inducer, which will speed up the rounds but make the zombies a little more difficult to kill. In the spawn room too, interestingly enough, we are going to have PhD flopper, and then we are also going to have an arsenal machine, which is going to be used to add ammo mods to your weapon and also increase the rarity. And then you can also see there we are going to have a 2-plate vest that you could go ahead and buy, along with buy a shotgun off the wall, which is honestly a very good shotgun to use inside of the game. And then moving on the left-hand side of the map, if you open the left door first, this is what the room is going to look like. You're going to see an ammo cache here. You're going to see the brand new perk Depth Perception, which is going to allow you to see chests and zombies and other things through walls and everything, which is pretty interesting that they did go ahead and bring that back. And then you also are going to have a wall buy, which is going to be the Tanto SMG. But outside of that, that's all we're really going to see in this room. Moving on to the next room, we are going to go ahead and see our first trap, which is going to be the arrow trap, which is very good to use. We're going to see another wall buy, which is going to be the AK-47, which is by far one of the best assault rifles in the game. We have another ammo cache in here, along with Stamina Up is going to be in this room. And similarly to the spawn room, we are going to have these purple crystals, which if you do shoot, it's going to drop you salvage ammo, stuff along those lines. And then inside of this room as well, you are going to see that we do have a map that kind of shows where you are and where the mystery box is going to be, which I'll get into later. And then moving into the final room here on the left-hand side, we are going to go ahead and have the arrow trap one more time, which again is a very, very good trap to go ahead and use. And then if you look on the left-hand side here, it's going to be like the bottom of the tomb. There isn't too much going on here. We are going to get a wall buy for an LMG, which is pretty good to use. And then also we are going to go ahead and have another arsenal machine. Again, this is going to be for increasing the rarity of your weapon and adding on ammo mods. And then we are going to get our 3-plate vest. And then finally, we are going to get the quick revive machine that we're going to find down in this room. And then moving back to the spawn room, I'm going to show you guys what it looks like if you did go down the right-hand side. The first thing you're going to notice is a ammo cache along with Deadshot Daiquiri, which is by far one of the best perks in the game. Going up this staircase here, you're to see where you are going to have the first step for crafting the Ice Staff, which we'll get more into later. We have a crafting table that's going to allow you to craft lethals, tacticals, and kill streaks. You're to see the compact SMG wall buy along with a mystery box location. And then that's really going to be it for the first room. Moving into the second room, you're to see on the right-hand side that you do have these purple crystals in here. They're scattered across the map. We're going to have another location for the arrow trap, which is going to be very useful for you guys to use. We're going to have another wall buy, which is going to be the XM4, which is by far the most versatile weapon in the game. On the left-hand side here, you're going to see an area where you are going to be able to teleport to later, which we will get into, allowing you to get to the Pack-a-Punch room. And then you're also going to get the Speed Cola wall buy, and then that's going to give you the first big loop of the map and take you back to where the overall tomb is. And then next, how to Pack-a-Punch, you're just going to go down to the tomb room. You're going to hold square to interact with this purple flower looking item. It's going to shoot out a laser beam, and this does take about 5 to 10 seconds, so make sure you are being careful. And then from there, it's going to open up another room for you, and all you're going to do is run up and hold square, and it's going to teleport you to the Pack-a-Punch area. And then once you are in this area, you can just kind of run up the hill. You can see that the Pack-a-Punch is going to be here directly in front of you. And then the other really important item that's going to be in here is going to be Juggernog. So that's going to show you the very last perk in the game that you can get. And it's going to be over here on the right-hand side whenever you do teleport in. And then that's going to be this final room. So the next thing we're going to go over is just how to craft the Ice Staff. So step 1 is going to be very simple. Just get to round 8, and then we're going to see a Shock Mimic spawn. And then once that Shock Mimic does spawn, all you need to do is kill this, and then it's going to drop your very first item. You're going to see it here on the ground. And then you're going to run up and then hold square with that item, and it's going to go ahead and put it in your quest items, and then you can move on to the next step. For the next step, you're going to go to the first room on the left-hand side of spawn, and you're going to look for a crystal, which is going to be in one of three locations. The first is there, the second's going to be right here, and then the third is going to be right here. And then the final location is going to be just on the other side of the staircase, which is where the crystal did spawn. And then what you're going to do is when the crystal does spawn, you're just going to shoot it until it's in the location directly in front of us here. And then once it is there, I'll show you guys what you need to do. And then once you do have the crystal in the correct location, you're going to see the symbol spawn on the bull in front of you. And all you're going to need to do is shoot these in the correct order, which is just going to be the Roman numerals. If you don't know Roman numerals, it is okay. Just kind of copy what I am doing here. If you follow my exact order, you guys should be fine. But once you shoot all 8 symbols, your screen is going to turn white and it's going to start the next phase. The next phase is just going to spawn a handful of zombies, and all you're going to need to do is kill all the zombies in the area. But remember, you are going to be trapped here, so make sure you have a halfway decent gun because you're not going to be able to leave this room until you complete this phase. But once you do kill the last zombie, you're going to go ahead and have your screen go white again, and then the first piece of the ice staff is going to drop in front of the bull, and all you're going to do is go up and hold square to it. And then for the next step, it's going to be identical to what we just did, except we're going to go on the right-hand side of spawn. The crystal can spawn of one of the 3 locations that I'm showing you guys on the screen now. It's going to be all in the archery room. One's going to be right there, exactly where it was. And then right whenever you walk into the room on the other side of Deadshot Daiquiri, you'll see the final location. Similarly, all you're going to need to do is shoot these items and then wait for the crystal to spawn in front of the archer. And then once the crystal does go ahead and spawn in front of the archer, just like how it was with the bull step, you just need to shoot these symbols in the correct order, which again are just going to be Roman numerals, or you can just copy what I am doing on the screen here. Just shoot them in order all the way from 1 through 10. And then once you do go ahead and shoot all the symbols, again, you're going to have another phase where a bunch of zombies are going to spawn in front of you. And then all you're going to need to do is go ahead and survive these waves. And just like it was inside of the bull room, you are going to need to be a little bit careful because you are going to be trapped here and you won't be able to leave until you complete this phase. But once you kill the last zombie, just go back up to the archer and you'll be able to pick up the last piece of the ice staff. And then for the final step for crafting the ice staff, you're going to go back to the Pack-a-Punch room, go up to this machine and hold square. And honestly, this step is more difficult than it should be, especially for solo players. So I definitely recommend before you do this, you have at least a Pack-a-Punch 1 or 2 gun and at least a blue rarity. And then I also recommend utilizing Frenzied Guard because what you're having to do here is just defend the ice staff. So whenever you do go ahead and activate Frenzied Guard, all the zombies are going to come towards you, allowing you to have a little bit more time. So just make sure you guys are being as careful as possible during this step, just kind of staying alive for as long as you can. And then once you do go ahead and complete this, all you're going to need to do is just go ahead and walk up to the ice staff and you should be able to pick it up. So you see right there, I did go ahead and complete it. Your screen is going to go white. And then from there, you just walk up to exactly where it was, hold square, and then just like that, you do have the Staff of Ice. So next thing I'm going to show you guys how to do is how to upgrade the staff. And for the next step, you're just going to need to go back to the tomb room and you're going to need to shoot 3 crystals with the ice staff within 10 seconds of each other. And what I recommend doing here is finding out where your 3 crystals are, learn exactly where they're going to be, and then kind of run through it a few times. You're going to have to do this relatively quick, so just make sure you guys are prepared for this. And then once you do this successfully, you're going to see a audio pop up on the screen, and that's going to tell you can move on to the next step. And then for the next step, you have to travel back to the Pack-a-Punch room. You're going to want to look up at the nearby floating rocks. 3 of them are going to have these purple-like symbols, and all you're going to need to do is like what you're seeing me do on screen here and shoot them with the ice staff. These are going to be scattered in various spots and are going to be different every single game, but you should see them relatively easily. And then after you go ahead and do that, you'll want to run up to where the rocks start falling down to and take note of what these symbols look like. And like I was saying, whenever you shoot these symbols, these rocks are going to float down, and whenever they float down, you're just going to want to run up to them and take note of what these symbols are. Now, if you have a good memory, you could go ahead and memorize what the symbols are, but I do not have a good memory, so I just go ahead and draw these down to remember what they are, and then I'll show you what you guys need to do with the symbols once you have them wrote down. And then the next thing you guys need to do is just travel back to the regular map and kind of run around until you find the portal that is now closed. So this could be in one of 3 areas. One could be Speed Cola, the other could be around Stamina Up, and then finally in the spawn room like it is for me here. And then from here, you just need to take note of what the 3 symbols were, and then shoot those 3 specific symbols that are on this current door. Now, it doesn't matter what order you shoot the symbols in as long as you shoot the 3 correct symbols. And then whenever you do it correctly, you'll kind of see like a soul go into the door, and then it's going to go ahead and open up another portal, and then you're just going to go through that portal, and it's going to go ahead and put you on a floating rock. And then once you spawn back in here, you're going to see on the floating rock, there's going to be a purple-like orb. And in order to activate the next step, all you're going to do is hold square or whatever your interact button is with this orb. And then you're just going to need to follow this orb around here in the Pack-a-Punch room and get kills around it. Now, this step is going to be really difficult, especially for solo players, because there's going to be a bunch of special zombies spawning along with just regular zombies, and it's in a very tight area that makes it kind of hard to survive in. So just make sure you guys are perfectly kitted up and ready to go to make this just a little bit easier for you. But once you do go ahead and complete this, the following sequence will happen. And then upon completion, you're just going to kill a last few bit of zombies, and then the screen is going to go white like you see it on screen here. And then from there, all you need to do is pull out your ice staff, go up and hold square to where you originally crafted the staff. And then from there, you are now going to get the fully upgraded ice staff, which is a phenomenal gun and probably the best wonder weapon to currently use in the game. The next thing I wanted to go over are SAM trials that are going to be on the map. Now, these are going to be just like the original SAM trials that are on the other Black Ops 6 maps if you played them before. You can easily find where they are if you just look up in the sky and look for the purple-like storm. But these are going to be extremely important to do because they are going to bring you very good items. This could be a bunch of salvage, it could be extra essence. I've even seen it give me perks, increase the rarity on your weapon, and then finally you can even get Pack-a-Punch crystals from it. Now, in order to do the SAM trials, all you got to do is go hold square to activate and then do whatever the challenge is. So for my challenge here, all I have to do is run around for 2 minutes and not take any damage to the zombies. But this could be a variety of challenges, like getting a certain amount of kills, a certain amount of headshots, kills while crouched, or something along those lines. And then upon completion, all you do is run up to where the SAM trial was, hold square to interact, and then take all of the items out of the chest that you're wanting. And then the next thing I want to go over is just the easiest way to find the mystery box. So you're going to see these various map type items spread across the map. The red dot's going to show where you are, and then obviously the mystery box looking items going to show where the mystery box is. And then you can also see where the mystery box is by just the massive beam in the air. So if you just run to where that location was on that miniature type map and go into the specific room, you will find the mystery box. And then the final thing that I wanted to go over is just how to exfil. Now, you're going to be able to exfil every 6 rounds, and in order to do it, you just need to run to this specific location in the spawn room, hold square on the exfil button, and then go ahead and exfil. Now, exfilling is going to be extremely easy on this map just because you really don't have to traverse anywhere. It's going to be right here in the dig site where the chopper is going to pick you up at. And then in order to exfil, all you're going to have to do is just clear out all of the zombies that are going to be in the area in the specific time range. And if you kill them all quick enough, you're going to be able to exfil and then successfully complete the exfil. Now, exfilling is going to be extremely important for many reasons. The first of which is just going to be the XP bonus that you guys end up getting whenever you successfully complete it. And then the other one's going to be you are going to get a few gobblegums for successfully completing the exfil. Now, these aren't going to be your standard gobblegums. They're going to be the Wimp School ones. But still, any gobblegums you can get is going to be awesome. But yeah, guys, that is going to go ahead and do it for the video. If you guys did find this video useful or entertaining, please let me know by dropping a like, leaving a comment down below, and hitting that subscribe button so that you never miss another upload. And with that, I'll catch you guys all in the next one.